In today's video, we are going to be talking about the 5 best designer handbags that you can buy for under £2,000, or for my US viewers out there, about 2,500 USD. And really the inspiration for this video, again, comes from you guys, from all of the DMs that I get from you, from the comments in the videos that I've made in the past. I get a few of you guys asking for recommendations for good entry-level bags. I would usually say anything from Chanel, and you know, if you are thinking further afield in terms of budget, probably Hermes. But actually, when I looked at all of the prices that we currently have in today's climate, the prices are extortionate in the sense that they're also basically, a lot of fashion houses are essentially outpricing their usual customers. And I realized when compiling this video today that it was quite hard to find bags that were reasonably priced. I mean, £2,000 is by no means a small amount of money, but in the realm of luxury handbags, it's really hard to find good bags that are at that price or underneath that. I then just wanted to pull together a quick video of what I think could be good additions to your wardrobe, whether you are new to the luxury handbag loving community or whether you just want a change in your collections. So let me get started with the 5 designer handbags that I want to talk about. Technically it's 6 because I have also got one wild card, and you know, for me to say wild, it can't be that wild, but you know, I'm thinking a lot with the lens of practicality and, you know, I guess value for money. I'm thinking of also factors such as, you know, the longevity of that particular bag in the fashion house's collection, and then I'm also considering things like just durability, materials and things like that from all of the videos and research that I've done over the past few years. Hopefully this will be of some use to someone out there, right? So I'm going to get straight into the video with the 2 bags that I do own, and the first one should hopefully not be that much of a surprise to many of you guys that have been watching for some time, especially for the last year. I've used this bag a ton, and it's really a new classic, I want to say, in comparison to the other bags that I'm going to be talking about in today's video, and that is my YSL or Saint Laurent Lulu bag. And this particular bag I have in the small size. At the time I paid for it a year ago, it was under £1,300. So really good price point, I think, for a bag that is quite a good size, right? You can hopefully tell from me just holding it. You can fit a lot of your essentials in here. The quality is fantastic. These are all going to be factors that I think resonate a lot with the bags that I'm going to be mentioning throughout this video as well. And you know, that was part of the reason that I chose this bag, is because of the versatility, because of the functionality. It has tons of pockets, tons of room for all my essentials, and I've got it absolutely stuffed at the moment. It's not one to show you because I'm using this as my everyday bag currently, and yeah, I've got other videos showing what's inside. It's a mess inside, so I don't want to show you all of it. The leather is extremely durable, scratch resistant, despite being in such a light colour. This is an off-white colour, as you can tell. It still looks pretty much brand new, so I've had no complaints from the almost a year that I've owned it. It's really versatile in the ways to wear it as well. Obviously you've got the shoulder strap here, but you can do it one strap, so you can wear it cross body as well as over the shoulder again if you'd like. And in the smaller sizes, actually, because they've got tons of sizes, there's 4 I believe for the Lulu bag. In the toy size you can actually have the strap detach from the actual body of the bag, so that can make a really nice clutch as well. So there are tons of options from the myriad of sizes that are available in the Lulu, and they're all at a fantastic price point and in a bunch of different colorways and varying hardwares as well. It's been really steadily increasing in popularity, especially given, like I mentioned, brands like Chanel, etc., that are producing, you know, classic bags. Like the classic flap is very similar, I feel, in terms of the silhouette that we've got here going on, or rather I should say the opposite, right, because this is a new bag. But if you're looking for that similar vibe, I see a lot of people gravitating more towards the Lulu or just Saint Laurent bags in general. And I know obviously they've made very popular bags in the past, like the college bag. And so I think if you haven't got a Chanel classic flap, or you know, you're looking for this kind of very simplistic, minimal but classic looking type of bag, I think the Lulu is a really good option. And I do think in the future these bags will not only increase in price beyond just normal inflation. I mean, you're already seeing it happen. This past year, I think the bag has jumped £200 more in price than what I paid for it. But I think in the future, these bags will be exempt from discounts. I got a welcome discount from when I bought it on Farfetch. I know you can also get discounts potentially on places like Louisa Via Roma, etc. You know, all the big kind of retailers out there. But I think in the future, depending on the popularity of the Lulu or just Saint Laurent bags in general, they are all very popular nowadays, given the outpricing of the other luxury fashion houses I've mentioned. This may be exempt in the future, and so it's a really good idea. If you are looking at this bag, I think it's a really good one to add to your collection. Then next up in this video, the only other bag that I actually own myself, and it is a firm favourite. I've had it for many years now, and I do love this bag a lot, is the Givenchy Antigona. And the one that I currently have with me, it is the small size, and it's in the patent nudie beige colour. This Antigona I've had for many years. I want to say 5 years potentially, and time has really flown by, and you really can't tell that on the bag itself because it looks pretty much brand new. This is a very, very hard wearing, durable bag. It is very, very high quality, as you can probably tell from me just tapping it. Very, very thick leather and very, very sturdy. And the Givenchy Antigona is very well known for that and has been raved about for precisely that reason. And the Givenchy Antigona has actually been around for over a decade, I believe. Just last year, 2020, they celebrated the actual decade, I guess, anniversary of the release from Givenchy. And I would say the Givenchy Antigona is really the powerhouse, the iconic handbag that Givenchy has released that has really remained very, very popular for many, many years now. And I think, given that it's surpassed the decade mark, it's probably still going to be classic for many years to come, so it's a very safe bet in that respect. And clearly it's still doing very well because Givenchy has since released the soft Givenchy Antigonas, which I personally am not a fan of. I don't understand why you had to make a soft version. This version was fine just as it is. Clearly then that's a testament to the fact that the Antigona line is here to stay. It's very popular and there's clearly some demand, else they wouldn't have released the other versions. But this one, you've got multiple ways to wear it. For mine, back in the day when I bought it, they didn't have the detachable shoulder strap. Now they do. I think they're also adjustable, if I'm not mistaken, which again, mine isn't, but is a great perk and something great to have in terms of, you know, if you're considering adding the Antigona. I would say it is quite big in this small size. As you can tell, it's not that small. It can fit an awful lot in, which is great for traveling, etc. I've managed to fit my DSLR camera in here amongst other things, but at the same time, you know, maybe you'd want to consider maybe the mini size, which I think is a great size for something a bit more casual, something a bit more transitioning it into evening as well. You can also get it in the different leathers, so they obviously have the pebbled or grained leather, but I've got mine in the patent version. I think patent might be a little bit more rare to find, but the patent is beautiful. It's actually a lot better quality, as a side note, to my Chanel boy bag. And of course, the cherry on top of everything is the price point. This particular bag I got at the time from Bicester Village. It was under £1,000. It was about 900 something, which I thought was a bargain. Nowadays, I think we're almost at double, but you know, that's a sign of the times as well. We're talking 5 years difference, right? But I still think for the amount of bag you get for your money, it's a great value for money bag to add to your collection. So for all of those reasons, I would highly recommend this bag. And now we move from the bags that I do own to the bags that I don't own but would still highly recommend. And I will of course talk about my holy grail fashion house, Chanel. I managed to find a Chanel bag, sort of, that fits the budget. And this is a bag that I've never really talked about because I guess it technically doesn't count as a bag. It's, I guess, a small leather good, and that is the Chanel wallet on chain. And the reason why I've never really talked about wallet on chain is because I always gravitate towards the actual handbags that they release. Wallet on chains have never really made it onto my radar. I do love the look of them and I think it works for a lot of people. They're popular for a reason because they are of a good price point. You get the Chanel bag feel but for a lot less money. You get a good compartmentalization. Obviously it's a wallet on chain, you fit all your cards in there, but it also fits your phone and other essentials as well. So it does give off that handbag vibe, but without the massive handbag price tag, which is often double at this point in time. And also, they seem to do really well as well in terms of resale. You get them also in the funky colours and leather, so you get them in iridescents and metallics. They replicate a lot of what they do in their collections and the actual handbags into the wallet and chains as well, so you don't miss out on the fun there. I think the wallet and chain could be a good option for those of you out there who, you know, maybe can't bring yourself to spend £4,000 on a bag that, frankly, let's be honest, is not worth that amount of money. They certainly didn't make it for that amount of money. If you're just looking for something that is a bit more casual or maybe evening, I think the wallet and chain can work really, really well. If you do get one of the wallet and chains where you can hide the chain inside the bag or you can detach it, that's an even bigger win, because then you can actually use it as a wallet, so it doubles up in terms of that functionality element. And I think at the moment, technically I'm cheating because although I've set a £2,000 budget, I think in this current spring summer collection for this year, we are literally maybe £50 over budget. I've seen a few wallet and chains with like 2,000 something pounds, which technically means it shouldn't be in this video, but I think I'll allow it. You get them tax-free, and you could probably also get them potentially with some sort of loyalty. If you were going to like a Harrods or something, you can buy it with loyalty points, or you could potentially also get it on the pre-loved market for a little bit less. I know a lot of other people may recommend also their mini vanity cases. To me, they're a bit novelty at the moment. They are a bit trend, whereas the wallet and chain has been around for many, many years. So now on to bag number 4, and we've got a bag from Louis Vuitton. In fact, we've got 2 bags from Louis Vuitton. What a surprise, because I don't really talk about Louis Vuitton an awful lot, and I've only personally got one Louis Vuitton bag, which is the Keep All Bandoulière, which I do love a lot. It's my travel bag, it's my ultimate travel bag. It's the bougiest flex I have for traveling, or, you know, some people use it for the gym, but I'm not there yet. But I do think Louis Vuitton as a brand, as a whole, are priced quite well in terms of, mostly for their canvas bags, I feel. I guess you hear a lot about certain bags such as the Keep Alls, like I have, the Neverfulls, etc., the Speedies as well. But actually the bags that I'm going to be mentioning are not any of those. And I'm going to start off by talking about a very coveted bag that I don't think gets a lot of attention in comparison to the names that I've just reeled off earlier, and that is the ALMA BB. And I think the ALMA is a bag that is so cute. It's a really good size for, you know, like an everyday bag. You can wear it in multiple ways, as with all the other bags that I've kind of mentioned as well. You've got a good amount of leather details in comparison to the canvas. It's priced, I think, around £1,500, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. And actually, the ALMA BB has been around for quite some time. I think it's the oldest bag that I'm mentioning today in terms of longevity. It's been around since the 1930s. So the fact that, you know, it's remained well under the £2,000 mark since that point in comparison to some of the others that I've mentioned already in this video is astounding. And I know it's got a lot to be attributed to the canvas detail, because canvas is obviously a lot cheaper than leather, but I think it's very durable, it's long lasting. It's also got a lot of variety in terms of the colorways, in terms of the actual types of leather versus the actual canvas. Side note, I wish they would do a monogram eclipse. I'd be so down for that. That would match my Keep All so nicely. And then the other bag that is also from Louis Vuitton that I did want to mention is a bag that really was quite popular, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago. Has, you know, it's still popular now. It's died down probably a little bit, admittedly, since that point, but it's still very much, I feel, quite a permanent fixture in Louis Vuitton's collections. The fact that they're releasing new ones is also a testament to that, and that is the Pochette METIS. Despite the launch of the bag in 2012, which is a way ago, like I mentioned, 3 or 4 years ago, this bag was absolutely everywhere. I think it was just naturally very popular for its very classic silhouette. It looks like a little briefcase, looks really adorable. I think if you were to compare it to, for example, Hermes bags, it's probably quite similar-ish looking to the Constance bag, but for a fraction of the price. I think this bag still nowadays goes for like 1,600 to 1,800, depending obviously on the materials as well. It could vary. It was very classic and elegant, but also could be very casual and styled you know, for all seasons actually. Also, it's got a little top handle, which is so cute. I love a top handle moment. And I personally really liked the epi leather bags in the nude. I also really like their recent releases. So, you know, the fact that they're continually releasing the Pochette Métis in different colorways is a very good signal that it's here to stay and that it's doing very well, and there's clearly some demand. I really like the two-tone bags that they've currently released in the bigger monogram prints, and I personally love the one that's a bit like a beige or kind of pinky toned, and I think the Pochette Métis is really a quintessential classic and ladylike bag to have, but also gives a bit of boss babe vibes. I'm now going to move on quickly to the final bag, which is a wild card bag that I wanted to also mention just for those of you out there that are looking for something a bit more fun. The bag that I wanted to mention that I think could be a good use of your £2,000 if you want to spend it on a bag is the Prada re-edition 2005 nylon bag. I know they obviously released the re-nylon bag, the re-edition bag, in the single strap version, but I think for the purposes of this video, to get the most out of your bag and your value for money, I think the multi-pochette style bag, I know that's what Louis Vuitton calls it, but you know, I'm just using similar terms, that utility bag is a really good option because of the multiple ways that you can wear it. Because I feel like with the single strap nylon bag, which is a hell of a lot cheaper, I think it may be even under £1,000 actually. I think the complete nylon belt bag is about 1,600 if I remember correctly. I do think though that the single strap bag, it's kind of limited in its usage. Obviously you wear it over your shoulder, you hold it like handheld like a top handle or in the crook of your arm, but I think in terms of longevity it would be nice to have options to wear it crossbody, and it's not that much more expensive if you think about it for the other items that you get included. So you know, you get little pouches, you get the metal strap as well as, you know, the crossbody strap. And so the versatility element is a really big selling point of this particular bag. You can detach all of those elements and create a cohesive bag with some of those separately, and it will still look good. And I guess the wild card element of it is because of the massive hype that was surrounding the utility multi-pochette kind of bags that, you know, happened with Louis Vuitton and obviously with Prada and this re-edition bag as well. Everyone was kind of jumping onto the bandwagon because of the fact that it is a re-edition from 2005. It has shown that it is still trendy. It has shown, like in comparison to the saddlebag, the Dior saddlebag, that's also something that has since come back from the 80s, 90s. And they've continually released different colorways as well in the belt style and also the more plainer one strap style. But they've also significantly released a crystal version. I think it was a Dubai exclusive, but other I see a lot of personal shoppers making the rounds on Instagram with access to it across the world. So that crystal bag is a thing of beauty, chef's kiss, but clearly there is a big demand for the re-edition bags. I think for those multitude of reasons, this wildcard may not actually be so wild. It may actually be a good choice. So that was everything that I wanted to cover in today's videos. Those are the 5 plus 1 wildcard bags that I wanted to mention that are under £2,000 and could be worth looking at. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the bags that I've mentioned and if you have other recommendations yourself. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in my next one.